You ever woke up in the morning and was like, man, I wish a bitch would play with my tea today. Playing with my tea is like playing with my emotions, straight up.
Haha, dog, I'm the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, everybody? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead now, do me that solid favor, man. Hit that like, subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Today, I'm going to be talking about an incident that took place down here in the state of Florida while I was incarcerated after I received 5 years in Florida State Prison. And today, we're going to be talking about a fight that actually took place inside of the CHOW hall. Now, before I do get in this video, I want to tell everybody, y'all can also check me out on my other channel, which is Kfrog Gaming. Even if you don't play video games, it's the perfect vibe. You can just come hang out. I go live there almost every single night. And for the ones that do game, you know, I invested a lot of money in my shit just recently. For those that don't know, I've been streaming on the PS5 recently, on the 4K monitors we have set up right here. But now I recently just invested into the Legion i7. Got the GeForce RTX 3070. Bad boy right there. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but good vibes. It's always fun over here at Kfrog Gaming, man. Shit's only getting better. Y'all come tune in, man, and check us out, man. Let's have some fun. Now, my gaming setup was nothing but a light $5,500. Maybe like $5,700 altogether. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, you got to start somewhere. And to be dead-ass real with y'all, man, it keeps me out of trouble. Anything that I could do to stay occupied so I don't fucking go down the wrong path like I once did in life, I'm fully with it. But anyways, like I said, that's Kfrog Gaming, man. Y'all come check us out over there. For those that don't know, I'm like 5 members away from doing my first PlayStation 5 giveaway. I've already given away one of the newest Xboxes before. Now I'm about to give away my first PlayStation 5. And when I hit 8K subscribers over there, which I'm like at 6,200 or something like that. Once I hit 8K, I will be giving away 2 more PlayStation 5s. It's worth the gamble. It don't hurt to go over there and hit that subscribe button and come hang out. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, now, you know, people fight over the stupidest shit in prison. You know, people get into it about the littlest things because behind almost every single action in prison, there's some type of disrespect behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's more of the principle than it is the actual cause of the brawl or whatever goes down. You feel me? So for this one here, I'm going to be telling y'all time about an inmate that got his tooth knocked out inside of the CHOW hall, all right? But it was crazy because he didn't get his tooth knocked out over no, you know, like food. He got his tooth knocked out over a fucking cup of tea, y'all. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes to tea, I was raised on that shit. I'm going to be real with y'all. My old boy kept a fresh thing of tea in the fridge at all times. You know what I'm saying? And to make, you know, people think we had the good shit, when he would cook, when he would make it on the stove, he went and filled up another gallon of the Arizona and put it in the fridge. So when people come over, they think they drinking Arizona. That's how good that shit was. But hell nah, man. That's that good old Davy tea, you feel me? And it was to the point where when people, you know, would come to my crib and shit, or when I was hustling back in the day, bitch, you'd be like, hey, I got $2 for a cup of that tea too, boy. Bring some of your old boys' tea out here. Like everyone knew about it, you know what I'm saying? So me, I love tea. You know what I'm saying? But the chain gang tea is totally different. You know, that ain't like any type of tea I've ever had on the streets. You know, it ain't nothing like Brisk. Ain't nothing like Arizona, that's for sure. It ain't nothing like Louisiana. It ain't nothing like the Nest tea. None of that. The shit in the chain gang they gave us was straight bland. Okay? So to me, when this whole situation went down, I'm thinking like, man, maybe it was, you know, it was the principle, you know, it was a respect thing. That's why they got in the brawl, you know. But really it wasn't, because dude wanted his tea. Like that was the antidote or something. Like that was the shit that he thrived on every day to make it through his bed. He needed his tea in his system, you know. Now they give it to you so much in there that you'll get tired of that shit. You know, you'll want to drink something else because you'll get you a cup of it and you'll look, and by the time you get like that much left in your cup, you see all the black shit in there floating in it. I don't know if that's, you know, tea leaves or whatever it is, and You know, sometimes you either get that shit where it tastes like straight tea, like there ain't no sugar in it, or, you know, if the right person's working in the kitchen, they'll swear they know how to make it, and then they'll put way more than enough tea that's actually needed, you know? Now, what happened on this day, right? We was inside the chow hall, and I'll never forget. It was the time of year when they gave us, you know, corn on the cob. You don't get corn on the cob all year down here in the state of Florida. You know, you'll get that shit around the seasons when the crops out there are just overwhelmed with so many that they actually donate the shit that's about to be bad or the shit that's partially bad to the prisons, you know? So, when you walk in the chow hall around this particular time of year, you know, you see the shears laying everywhere. You know, the shit that's on the side of the corn on the cob. Not no little frozen ones. I'm talking about real deal corn on the cob. That shit's laying all over the chow hall, all on the tables, all on the floor. You know, and boy, you can't get enough of it. Boy, I'll tell you what, that shit tastes so damn good because you rarely get it, you know. They seem to give you all types of other vegetables, but we rarely ever get corn, you know. So when you do get it, that shit catches your attention. So it was this time of year when they were giving us corn, and a bunch of other things were on the tray and shit, but I believe it was patty day. It was just a day that we were supposed to get a standard beef patty, which was a Thursday, all right? And in prison, you know, when I first got there, it was mandatory that you had to shave, you know, like they literally you'll be standing in line, you know, the officers will be a dickhead and they'll take your ID off of you and go like this. And if they hear it, they'll feel like your hair's too long. They'll tell you to go to the barbershop. You feel me? Just to be dickheads and shit like that. But then later on in my bid, they passed it to where you're allowed to have like a 1/4 inch or even with your hair on your head. You feel me? So this particular time was back when, you know, you were supposed to shave. So the officer was being a dick to this inmate and he made him go to the barbershop. If you don't make it out of the barbershop in time to eat what you're doing, you might not get to go to chow. So what happened was when he went to the barbershop, he was, you know, in a rush so he could make it to eat, or else your ass ain't gonna be able to eat because the officer wanted to be a dickhead on that day. When he went there, the person that he ends up getting into it with inside of the chow hall was in the chair getting a haircut. You know what I'm saying? So I guess by the time, you know, he was done getting a haircut, the other dude was in such a rush and shit like that he couldn't wait, you know, to get cut. And then eventually, by the time they made it to the chow hall, they came to the chow hall, they got to get their plate and everything. But the dude who was getting the haircut actually got the last cup of tea. You see what I'm saying? That's when there was no more tea. And they weren't going to refill it because chow was about to be over with. You feel me? Depending on what camp you go to, they might give you each individual inmate, you know, a little styrofoam cup out of the flat when they hand you your tray. Or they'll have these big old silver machines, kind of like a soda machine. You know, not the ones you see now, the touchscreen shits that be in majority, you know, restaurants and fast food places now. I'm talking about the ones like back in the day with the different knobs. You know, it was like that, but it wasn't a push knob. It was like a pool knob. You put it up and that shit just goes to run. It'd be a big old fucking chrome tank and it had 2 or 3 knobs on it. You feel me? And it depends on what they put in there. You know, they might put water in there. I've been at camps to where when you go there, them shits are filled with water. You feel me? And then they'll have a little, like a cooler like they dump on the coach after a football game. They'll have a little cooler like that on the side of that might be filled with the tea. Or it'll be vice versa. It might be the water in there and the other things filled with tea. So when the dude went to get his, you know, that shit, he got like the last drop. That bit was just dripping, 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 dripping. You know what I'm saying? And that's the worst time to actually get it out of the damn thing because that shit be dark. That shit be having all type of particles floating in it and shit. So when he got it, the other dude was pissed, you know. But all that would have happened, you know, is if he would have gotten line before him, then it would have been no issue. But it was the fact that that dude got a cup of tea, so they weren't going to refill that thing until next feeding. So he had to get water, you know. And we seen it because we was in there. I was actually on this thing. It was called the DR squad that they had. And DR squad is when you get disciplinary reports and, you know, you get written up. And instead of them putting in you confinement, they put you on like a, you know, it's like a squad where they give you boots. And you might go paint dorms. You might fucking do extra cutting grass. We had abandoned dorms at some of my camps, and the DR squad, we had to like go in there because the hurricane messed up Calhoun. We had a tornado come through there, and it ripped Calhoun's building up and shit like that. I believe it was B dorm, and about took majority of the dorm and flew that shit out in the rec yard. Like it was like it ripped the dorm up. So being on the DR squad, we had to go in there and like take all the bunks out and, you know, that were still in there and you know, clean it all up, paint it up, different shit like that. And believe it or not, them bunk beds are heavy as hell, y'all. I don't care. It ain't 2 people lifting them bunk beds. There was like 8 or 9 of us transporting them bitches. The bitches were heavy, you feel me? So I was on DR squad, so we ate last on this day. So we were all in the chow hall. All of us were all people that got in trouble in our dorms, and they wanted to try to teach us some fucking manners or whatever it was, you know? So they had a couple of us on the DR squad. So once we're sitting in there chilling, when they come in to get their plate and everything like that, next thing you know, you hear the dude say, he's like, man, you took the rest of the fucking tea, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he must have already had tension in him because dude took so long getting his haircut. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say there's always something behind the shit. So it could have been because of the tea, you feel me? But in all reality, he would have got the tea if dude didn't get a haircut so long. You feel me? So he's like, man, you took the last fucking cup of tea, this and that, this and that. So, you know, everybody look over, you feel me? When they look over, they go to arguing. So he smacks the tea out of the dude's hand. They go to fight. Next thing you know, they're, you know, trying to slam each other on top of the fucking table, fighting. The one dude who had the cup of tea in his hand slipped on his own tea. And when he fell, the other guy got on top of him and started painting him, started like beating his ass. He was riding him, just whooping him like this. Quick little fight, nothing major. You know, the officer's gonna break that shit up ASAP. Depending on who it is, they might let you get it in a little longer. But they didn't let them dudes get it in like that. Dude jumped up, they split them all up, shit like that. And then when they split them up, dude goes, man, he knocked my fucking tooth out. And then now he's trying to resist the officers and attack the other dude. They ended up getting fucking gassed, you know, shit like that. They got jumped on by the police, and they both ended up getting brought to confinement. You feel me? The other dude got his tooth knocked out, all because he was in line first and got the last cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's just crazy. Like, that's when you realize, like, because you get signs every single day when you're in prison. Every day you see something that's trying to make you open your eyes to the lifestyle that you chose to be in. You feel me? But little shit that comes, you know, it'll open your eyes at the moment, but then you forget all about it. You're not really thinking about it. But that type of shit made me realize, like, bro, I'm in here with a bunch of people that live like animals, bro. These bitches are fighting over the last cup of tea. Nasty ass tea at that. You feel me? But that dude was so confident and so cocky about that shit that he literally said, man, you took the last cup of fucking tea. You know, like that shit, it hurt him. He felt some type of way, bro. He was in his fluffies. He was in his feelings, you know what I'm saying? All over that last cup of tea. And, you know, I could see if that bitch tasted like Arizona, then shit, who knows? You feel me? If it was Arizona, then I would have felt like he deserved more than getting his tooth knocked out. You should have hit him across the face with a razor one time or something. Because everybody knows, boy, growing up in the hood, boy, you know about Arizona. Straight up. I don't care where you go. In Broward County, every single store we got, I don't care where it's at, boy. We got Arizona, boy. We grew up drinking Arizonas, no matter what flavor it is. Watermelon, mango, the grape one, the half and half, the one that's got like lemonade and the tea, or the one that's got the ginseng in it, or the raspberry one, you know what I'm saying? Or just the sweet tea. You feel me? No matter which one it is, we grew up drinking them shit. So, you know, that shit gas. You feel me? $1 for a big boy. But, you know, if it tasted something like that, then I could understand it. But it was over some bland-ass tea. I'm talking about, I didn't even get none that day. You feel me? Like, I knew I didn't want no tea. I want some water. I want some just straight good old shit that's going to refresh me. You know, I know it ain't water, it's tea, but at the same time, I can enjoy this shit that tastes like absolutely nothing than to drink that shit that has a strong-ass taste that tastes like leaves. You feel me? But that dude was committed, though. He literally knocked that dude's tooth out over that shit. And the crazy thing about it is they both went to confinement. And what do you think happened later on down the line? The dude who ended up knocking his tooth out got out, came to the compound. So did the same guy he fought. Neither one of them got transferred. And for the next couple months, every single time, because the dude who got his tooth out, he knocked out, he used to play basketball. Every single time I'd see him on the rec yard yelling and shit at people, you feel me, all sweaty and shit, yelling about the game and shit, I seen he got a tooth missing. I'm like, damn, that's crazy, bro. This dude done came to the chain gang, he done fucked his whole image up. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go home, your people's gonna see you got your tooth knocked out, and I guarantee you ain't telling them it was over the last cup of tea. You ain't telling them someone knocked your tooth out because you took the last cup of that shit. You feel me? You gonna tell them, yeah, man, I got jumped by like 5 or 6 of them. Bitch hit me with a lock. They held me down and made me bite the toilet and stomp my head in. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna tell them all types of shit probably. That's what someone would do. You feel me? And then for someone who's on the streets, when you got someone that's incarcerated, they come home with one of their shit's missing, one of their fronts is gone. You looking at it like, damn, he was in there bumping. Even if he wasn't bumping, even if someone just walked by and knocked that bitch out, you gonna be looking at it like, damn, boy, he been through some shit. You know? And that's facts, you know? But I used to look at the dude like, damn, dog. You feel me? In my mind, I'm like, I wonder every time when he hits the fucking thing and he gets the T, does he think about it? Did that make him love the T more now? Did that make him want nothing to do with the T ever again? Because here he is. Now he's got to look funny looking and shit when he goes home to his kids, his loved ones. He's got to look goofy looking because he got his tooth knocked out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody with their tooth knocked out looks goofy, but this dude did look goofy in particular. You see what I'm saying? And you know, when it's someone that ain't had their tooth knocked out, when they had all their fronts, the moment that bitch ain't there, they gonna look funny looking. Like they always trying to whistle or something. You feel me? So once I'd see him on the rec yard yelling and snapping on people, I'm like, dog, first thing I think of my mind is the domino effect, bro. I'm thinking like this, someone gonna hit his ass and knock the next one out, then the next one, then the next one. Like dominoes, bitch. That's what I was thinking, you feel me? And then the other dude, the one that knocked his tooth out about the teeth, he just was the same way. I'd literally look over there. Every time I seen him in the chow hall, he'd have like 3 cups in front of him. And you'd see him like lining them all up to look like a triangle. 1, 2, 3. Like he was fucked up about the tea. I don't know what it was, but he'd have 3 cups lined up. He'd put his cup down, go up there, get another one, and come walk back with 2, boom, boom, and he'd sit there. He would not eat without his 3 cups of tea. You feel me? And I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? At least he's committed. You feel me? Because here he knocked that dude's tooth out over that shit. And this is one of the beefs that nothing went on past that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't have did it. I couldn't let him just knock my tooth out and then all of a sudden I'm back on the compound with him. Gang member or no gang member, boy, I'm getting my knife. And if I ain't got one, then I already know where to start. I already know what my first mission is to do. I already know what I gotta do. I already know I gotta come up with a knife. You feel me? I'm outnumbered. There's 25 of them and 1 of me. I gotta at least hit my target. Straight up, bro. I couldn't look into me on my front knocked out like that. You feel me? Especially you walk around the compound seeing the same dude. Y'all ain't got no beef, no nothing. It was a respect thing. I guess they squashed it after being door warriors back there in the box, yelling what they gonna do to each other the whole time, yelling from one door to another and, you know, shit like that. But getting out of the box and being on the same compound and just seeing a dude walk by that got you looking like that, you know that shit gotta be embarrassing. I done met some females and shit that look pretty as hell in their face, but every time you see them on Instagram, they smile, you know what I'm saying, and shit, they don't want to show their teeth. You feel me? Because they got none. They got them missing or, you know, got them all rotten or whatever it may be. You feel me? Your teeth mean a lot. You feel me? So for someone to knock that shit out, that's like taking one of my limbs. You took one of my limbs off me, bro. Ain't no way in hell I could just walk by and see you smiling with your fucking pearly whites. You got all yours. Nah, bro. There ain't no way in hell. You know how to say an eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth or a tooth for 2 yours, you know, like for real. And I don't know how they did it, bro. But, you know, the other dude ain't really had shit to worry about. He got his point across that he was serious. And the other dude shouldn't have took the last cup of tea, I guess. But you see shit like this in prison. This is the type of shit that happens all the time. I'm talking about on a day-to-day basis. You see things go down. That's how I'm able to give y'all stories. Because every single day, more than one incident took place. Literally, like it was just, it depends on where you're at, what camp you are. When I was at DeSoto, there wasn't incidents like this all the time. There was a couple incidents while I was there, but it wasn't every single day. Charlotte CI, a bad adjustment camp, that shit went down several times a day. Calhoun, up there in the Panhandle, Bluntstown, when I was there, that shit was going down. Bitches was fighting over everything. Straight up. You could look like I know you. You feel me? Like I could look at you and you could look at me and I could be like, man, I know him. And then he could look at you like, what you looking at me for? I don't know you. And I could be like, bitch, you look familiar. No, I don't. Brrr. And then just start bumping. All of a sudden we just got in a fade because I thought you looked familiar. And then you told me, no, I didn't. And I said, I know you do. Like, because you don't know if that's an enemy, or if that's someone that you done robbed back in the day, or someone that, you know, did something to one of your homeboys on the streets, or you did something to one of their peoples. So now you're like, oh, now it's me and him only. You know, like, you never know what it is. So bitches fight over the stupidest shit. And for this video here, I just told y'all the boys fought over a cup of tea. You feel me? If y'all are like me and you grew up drinking tea, drop that shit in the comment section. Because I tell you what, There ain't no tea like that homemade tea. Literally. Shit's gas. And I'm talking about when my old boy used to whip the tea, he used to use the tea bags twice. Instead of using it all once, it'd be all dark, one filled with sugar and shit. He would redo it again, make 2 jugs. So he'd have one that was dark brown and one that was light. And he said that was the diet one, which really was just the light version of it. You feel me? It tastes just like that one, but it was more clearer. It was a lighter color. This one was pure dark, and this one was like lightish brown. You feel me? Gas. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video on up. Just want to break it down to y'all, let y'all know about a little fight that I seen take place inside the CHOW hall over the simplest shit. And that dude, you know, didn't even mean for it to be, you know, the last cup of tea. It ain't like when he was in the barbershop shit getting his hair cut, he was telling the dude, don't worry, bro, I bet you I get that last cup of tea, though. I bet you I get that last cup of tea. You don't want to bet nothing. You feel me? It was just he happened to be the one there that got in line right before that dude, and that's it. And he, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because them shits run together. The big jug with the knobs, them shits run together. So it like if the other dude would have like got next to him at the same time, they probably could have both got a half a cup. Instead of it all going to his cup, they could have went half that way, half that way. But it didn't, you know what I'm saying? It just happened to go there, and he got that bitch. And then when the other dude went, that bitch won. Hold on, bro. Ain't nothing in this, man. Hell nah, bro. I know I ain't tripping. Let me go try the one he was doing, because he got some out of here. Oh, hey, man, you took the last fucking cup of tea, bro? Brr. You see what I'm saying? Littlest shit, bro. But anyways, man, I'm going to wrap this video on up. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And y'all already know, man, stay tuned for that real spill, man. Y'all have a good weekend. Y'all already know, man, this Kfrog. Keep them rats, snakes, clowns, fucking people that play in the sandbox, all that shit, all that goofy clown shit that work at the circus. Keep them shits out your circle, man, and do what you gotta do, man, and do what's right. You feel me? Till next time, this Frog.